Hi Leo, welcome to July. This is Teresa from tarotbyt.com, and I'm going to be doing your reading for July, your Love TarotScope. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for those who have taken the time out to leave messages. I really appreciate it. I can't stress that enough. I read them all, and I really appreciate the support and the feedback. And thank you for those who have ordered readings. I've enjoyed working with all of you, and I'm glad that these readings are helping people. So let's see what's coming up for Leo. We have a full moon, a new moon in Cancer, and that's an eclipse. It's a partial eclipse. Very emotional, powerful moon. It's opposed by Pluto. And then we have a full moon eclipse in Aquarius, which will be affecting your relationships at the end of the month, in the end of July. Plus, we have Mars retrograde, Mercury's going retrograde. It's going to be an interesting month. So let's see what the cards have to say for Leo. What does Leo need to know about love and relationships for the month of July? What does Leo need to know about love and relationships for the month of July? What does Leo need to know about love and relationships for the month of July? May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. I don't know where you guys are at in the world, but where we're here in the middle of the country of the United States, we are roasting from the heat wave. So let's see. 8 of Swords, the Tower, the 9 of Swords, the High Priestess, the Strength card, the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, the Hangman, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is interesting energy. So with the 8 of Swords in your present, you're feeling trapped in a situation, and you're worried about something. You have the 9 of Swords here. There's something that's been on your mind, that's been worrying you, and for some reason you feel like you're afraid to move out of whatever you're in. Like you're feeling like, I can't move out of my current situation. I'm stuck here. I'm trapped here. Part of it is fear. Part of it may be physical reasons. Maybe you're just not feeling up to the changes. But you know you have to do something, because you have this 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Something's got to give. And with this this Tower in the present, the Tower is forcing you to make changes. The Tower is a wake-up call, where you can't just keep going along the same path without making some major changes. Sometimes the Tower comes up when you have some kind of like a blow to your ego. You know, you think you're so sure of a path and you don't want to listen to advice, and then something happens to make you sit up and take notice, and then you have to wake up. It's kind of like, okay, wake up, smell the coffee, see what's going on, and what do I have to do to deal with this? It could be a relationship that you feel like you need to be freed from. You need freedom from something right now. Or it could be a career path. Maybe you're not on the right path. The Tower is a card of breaking down and rebuilding. So, especially with these eclipses affecting your sign, something is coming to a head in July. Something's coming to culmination. You have a new moon in Cancer, which is in the 12th house for Leo. So there's psychological components to this equation. You know, where have you been? What have you been, like, you have blind spots. You've been operating blind. And there are things you're just not seeing. And so these eclipses are going to wake you up to the truth, to what you're supposed to be seeing. How do I sabotage myself? What do I need to change? That has to do with my health even, because the 12th house is opposite the 6th house, and Pluto is now in your 6th house. So it's changing not only like in the way you deal with colleagues at work. Pluto is a planet of transformation, but also the way you deal with your health issues. Like maybe you need to make some serious changes in how you take care of yourself and your health. Maybe you have to confront some psychological issues from the past so that you can be freed from them. Because this is a time of freedom. You have Uranus is, moving into Taurus. It's in Taurus. Depending on where you are in the Leo spectrum, it could be affecting your sun sign. So Uranus is challenging your ego. And it's waking you up and freeing you from whatever has been holding you back. I mean, this is what we're all going through this in different ways and in different areas of our lives. But the bottom line is it's time for freedom. We need to be freed from fear, a bad relationship, a bad work environment, the wrong path. So the Tower is shaking things up in July. It's not, so you may feel that the only way I can be free is if I make major change. I have to really change my life from the ground up. You may feel like I have to wipe the slate clean and start over in some cases. But the Tower, whatever the Tower takes away, because eclipse season, sometimes things get eclipsed from your life. You think everything's great and all of a sudden, everything's changed overnight and you have to come up with a new plan. So it could be a relationship. You may want freedom from a relationship. You may decide, you know what, I've been in this relationship for a long time and it's not giving me what I need. I need to cut my losses and move on, especially since you have this Five of Swords coming up in the future. That's a card of feeling victimized, dealing with someone's hostility. So you may feel like you're not being treated fairly, that people around you are abusing you in some way. And you have to, it could even be your own anger issues. You have the Strength card here. That's a card of dealing with your emotions, dealing with your anger. How do you handle situations when people are pushing your buttons? Do you overreact? Do you go over the top? Do you have outbursts of anger? Or do you try to calm down and try to handle things rationally? You have the High Priestess. There are things going on behind the scenes. You have to trust your intuition. The High Priestess is about, listening to that inner voice, and that will point you in the right direction. You might be involved in some type of competitive situation at work. Or in a relationship. Maybe you're fighting over petty details. Not major things, but just little things. Because you have the Five of Pentacles here. The Five of Wands. But your saving grace here is this Three of Pentacles. You have a lot of talent. You have talent, but it's in your negative thinking sector. So I'm feeling that you're not really honoring your gifts in some way, or you're not believing in yourself. You're not believing like that you have talent. You're taking a negative view of things. This card is saying you have the ability. You have to think more positive. Don't settle. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Even if it means major change, you have to get on the right path. And I think July is going to be kind of a transitional month where you're going to wake up at least to know what you need to do. It may not be the best time to take action, but it will be a time of seeing the truth and knowing what direction to go in. You have the Hangman here. This is a card of giving something up for something better. It's a card also of being in limbo, feeling in limbo, because this is in your wish fulfillment sector, and you're wanting to accomplish something, but you feel like you're treading water, like nothing, I'm doing all this stuff and nothing's happening, and you're running out of patience. The Hangman is a card of patience. It's saying, have patience, don't give up, you're going to get there, but you may have to make some sacrifices in the process. You may have to give up some things so that you can, have to release some things so you can move into a better situation. With the King of Pentacles, this could be a romantic interest, someone who is an earth sign. That would be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. If not, then it could be someone that you're dealing with that deals with real estate or land or money. It could even be an entrepreneur. It's a person who's very stable, who cares about family, who cares about security, and maybe these are your issues. Maybe you're thinking, I'm worried about my security, or I want something more stable for my life. I don't want to be feeling like I'm stuck or like I'm trapped in a situation where I'm not being treated fairly or I'm being abused. If you're in an abusive situation, it's time to break out. Or if you're in a situation where you feel people are not giving you the respect you deserve, like it could be a career thing, either relationship or career. The Five of Swords is a card of, you have to, like you might be involved in a relationship that has some issues and they can't be easily fixed because there's psychological, like the person you're dealing with has some mental problems or psychological problems. And, you know, you're dealing with someone, that's their character, that's who they are. You have to accept this person for who they are. And if you can't love the person and accept them for who they are, then you have to cut your losses and move on. So you have these two fives here. That's a card of instability. So things are kind of like floating in the air. You don't know where it's going to all settle. You might even be thinking about starting your own business with the King of Pentacles here. Sometimes that's the entrepreneur card. Or you might be going to someone for a loan, some kind of financial support. It could be a banker or an accountant or something. You're looking for stability in July. You're looking for career success, but at the same time you're doubting the possibility of it. There could be someone in your life that hasn't been very, that's been kind of selfish. So you have to, one thing you need to remember is with the Eight of Swords, you are not stuck. That's a perception. It may not be easy to break free, but it is possible. You have to first decide that you want to do it. There could be obstacles, but if you really want to do something, make changes, you just have to think, okay, once you make that decision, yes, I want to get out of this situation I'm in. Whether it's a relationship or a career situation, I want change. I want to redo my life so that it's more, it fulfills me. I want to get out of this. I don't want to be fighting with people over petty things. I don't want to compete with others. I want to have harmony. I don't want conflict. You are going to be freed from that. You have the potential to free yourself. And it may mean going to getting some type of counseling so that it can help you sort out what's going on in your head. Because with the Nine of Swords here, your mind might be racing. You might be worried about, like your mind is thinking in a million directions and you're not sure which way to go. So you might need to talk to someone that can help you sort things out. Especially since you have a great opportunity with this new moon in Cancer. You have an opportunity to release the past, to release the baggages, the blind spots, the self-sabotaging behavior, the negative self-talk, whatever it is, old karma. And then you have the new moon, the full moon in, the new moon in Cancer is like it's a time for a new beginning, but it's not an easy new beginning because Pluto is there. Pluto is going to make you go deep. Pluto is saying you have to confront your demons at this time, and your new beginning has to be thorough and deep. It can't be a superficial new beginning. You can't be sweeping things under the rug at this time. You have to go deep. You have to clear out the attic, clear out the basement. It might even be physically, like if you have a house, it might help with feng shui if you get rid of junk that you've been holding on to for years. You have to do that. You might be doing that physically as well as psychologically. Get rid of all that baggage from the past. Heal it and release it, because Cancer is a sign of healing. So you might be going through some type of healing crisis in July. It could be more psychological. It could also be physical, because your mental health is related to your physical health. So that's why you have to focus on getting in a positive mental state. Doing that psychological work so that you could be in a better frame of mind to take care of yourself, to love yourself, take care of your body, get into, start doing some healthy things, eating healthy, exercising, because there's some things that you're just not paying attention to. And if you're ignoring the signs, the red flags, you're going to be confronted with them in July. But the good thing is you're going to be able to make change. Especially, things are going to come to you have a grand, well, let me look at let's talk about the astrology, because I'm going to start bringing that up now. So Leo, you have a new moon in the 12th house. It's opposed by Pluto in the 6th house. You might be dealing with someone at work that's a bully. Power struggles, where people are just forcing your hand in a certain way. They want, like, it's got to be my way and there ain't no highway. Could be that way in a relationship. But it could also be major change in the way you deal with health issues, because the 6th house is also health. You need to start taking better care of your health. You need to have work-life balance so that you're not burning the candle at two ends. Now, it really is a good time with this new moon in Cancer to do some psychological work and release all that stuff. Do EFT, emotional freedom technique. Go to see a counselor, talk about your issues. You can really there's really a chance for you the release can be releasing all these psychological issues and working toward healing, a new beginning where you start to heal. And that can only bring improvement. You have Venus in the 2nd house. Money is coming in. You have the opportunity to make money. And it's trine Saturn. Saturn's in the 6th house also. So definitely you've been working too hard. You have been you've been burning candle at both ends. You got Uranus in the 10th house. Uranus in the 10th house is a change. You need freedom. It could be like a job thing. You could be, wanting to go in a different direction in your career. Wanting to break free and take a different path. Uranus can bring, you never know with Uranus what you're going to get. But there's a grand Earth trine. Usually Earth trines bring abundance. Money will just come easily, but you have to focus your energies in the right place. So there could be some major changes in July, but you're going to wind up in a good place. Just roll with it. Release whatever you have to release. Cut your losses. Move on. The full moon in Aquarius is going to affect your partnerships. You have the sun in the 1st house in Leo, and the moon is going to be in the 7th house. So there could be some partnership, some friendship. It could be a relationship, or it could be a work relationship. You're releasing something at this time, or you're coming to the terms with the truth. Venus is in your 2nd house. It's opposed by Neptune. So there could be a new romantic interest that brings more intimacy in your life, but you want to be, or there could be some creative project, because the 2nd house and the 8th house, that's your money house. The 2nd house is the money you earn. The 8th house is the money you get from others, the support you get from others. And Neptune is about creativity, spirituality. If it's a romance situation with Venus, you want to make sure that you're seeing your partner clearly, that you're not just glamorizing someone. So you won't know till after this aspect is over if you really met a soulmate or if it's just an illusion. But you have the potential to bring in more money through some type of creativity, either through love or art, music, theater, photography. You have to do something creative, something that gives you a sense of accomplishment. Because the 2nd house is also the house of self-esteem and self-worth. So with Venus there, Venus is helping you. Venus is helping to help you think better about yourself. So if you're whatever you're going to be getting involved in, you could be finishing up at the end of July, and it's going to make you feel proud of yourself. Like, I did this, and it could be well received. It could bring in more income, and you're going to be feeling more positive about your talents. So if you've been doubting your talent, don't. You have the creativity. You just have to apply it in the right place. Mars is retrograde, Mercury's going retrograde, so be careful about signing contracts at the end of the month. If you can put it off at least till Mercury goes direct. Better if with Mars and Mercury. So I would say now is more of a time of preparation and planning. If you can put off major launches until fall, like October, November, that would be better. If you can't, then you have to just go with what you have. I mean, if you're getting a job offer and you don't have a job, you need to take it. You can't. But Pluto is trine Venus. So you have Venus in the second house. So I think it's really important. Maybe you've lost the connection to creativity, but I think that if you start expressing yourself in some type of art form, it can help your self-esteem, but also your physical body. Like, you may need to do something creative as a type of healing that will help you to heal, because the sixth house is about health and service. With Pluto there, and Pluto trining Venus, you have these powerful emotions you want to get out. Art or music could be a good way, or even acting for Leo. Writing, acting, anything creative will be a healing influence in your life. So if anything, my main thing is you need freedom from something at this time. You need to confront some psychological issues or some health issues. And once you do that, you'll be on the road to healing, and you'll be on a better path. So if anything gets eclipsed from your life in July, it's really just cleaning out the deadwood. It's the universe telling you got to let go of these things. They're overdue. It's past their due date. They've reached their shelf life. You need to get on a new path, one that honors who you are. The North Node is in Leo. Mars is opposing it, so in Aquarius. So it's time to get on the right path. It's time to fight for what you believe in. But it's also time, and it's time for self-expression, creative self-expression, but it's also time to consider others too. That's what this whole, Mars retrograde is telling us to stop and think. Where are we going? What are we doing? How are our actions affecting everyone else? We have to start working as a whole. We can't be just an individual. It's important to be who you are and to express yourself, but you also have to think about how your actions are affecting others, and to try to find like the win-win sweet spot if you can. That's what this is all about. It's about taking time out to think, where am I going? Where is my energy? How are my relationships? How is what I'm doing affecting the world, the global community? And if it's positive, if you can work together with others and not have these ego battles, because you might have some ego battles with Mars in your 7th house and Pluto trining Venus, there might be some power struggles. And I know with Saturn in your 6th house, you've been working like a slave. You may feel like, I'm doing all this work, and it's a thankless job, and I'm tired of it. I'm not, and it's affecting your health because you're overworking. So you need to stop. You need to start taking care of yourself and bring some fun back into your life. Maybe this is the person who can help you. This King of Pentacles. Maybe you'll be leaving a relationship that's not working and moving towards someone who is more stable in your life. Someone who can bring stability and abundance and security. And it may be something that you even do for yourself. You decide, I'm going to leave the corporate environment. I'm going to start my own business, so I can have more control and not feel so much like a slave. Whatever you decide to do, if you need counseling, go for it. Take it. It'll help you to see things clearly. It'll help you to get on the right path. Don't wait for, disaster to strike. Be proactive in July. And get your ducks in a row so that, I think you're going to be taking care of your health in July. And so that you'll be stronger in the fall when you're ready to launch. So you'll have that energy. Right now your energy is weakened. You got Mars going retrograde. Everybody, we're all like stuck in the mud, treading water, trying to move. It's like trying to run a race through the muck and the mud. Nothing, you just have to go with it. You have to accept it. Okay, this is not the time to push forward. This is the time to plan, to heal, to get ready, and to utilize your talent and believe in yourself. I think some of the issues are going to be around self-esteem and self-worth, and even your values. What do I value? Maybe your values are changing. The things that were once important are maybe not that important. Maybe now you're more concerned with security, or more concerned with work-life balance, more concerned with freedom, getting on the right karmic path where the work that you do gives you more freedom. With Uranus going through your 10th house, you need freedom from something. And you need to be authentic. You don't want to be stuck in a place where you feel like it's a prison. So like if it's a desk job and you never get out. Maybe you need something that's a little bit more, that gives you more flexible hours. So whatever the case is, you're going through some major changes in July. And you might be giving something up for something better. You might be moving away from something that was once good and is no longer working. And you have to see the truth. You have to stop, if people are pushing your buttons, don't get drawn into drama. Don't try to fix something that's not working, that can't be fixed. You can't change people. They are who they are. So you either love them for who they are or you walk away. Because if you can't live with someone as they are, then you have to accept that and move on. So that's my message for July, Leo. I wish you luck and health and love and success, and worry less, trust your inner voice, honor your talents, and give up what's no longer serving you. Don't be afraid to move out of a place of where you feel like Cinderella instead of the king or the queen that you are. Okay, I hope this reading has been a help to you. If you'd like to have a private reading, you can check the link in the description box. And in the meantime, enjoy July, and I will talk to you again next month.